I know why Sunny Farms has his intros are always quiet, because the guy's got to get prepared and mentally prepared to do a YouTube video. Everybody keep your composure. Can't anybody freaking out there. All right, Sparky, let's go outside. Today's, we're just to feeding. All the cows are around. It's like 3 different groups. We got, there's no grazing left. It's the first part of April here now. Last video, if you watched that, the calves sold really well. Super excited about how the calves sold this year. Everything went good. It's good to have them gone. It's good to make a little money, finally. Ranching, you do make money, but most years it's you get through the year and you make that much. This year we had that much left over, which was nice. And we needed to hold on for a while, but who knows? We're gonna check and feed. That cow did have a calf. I'll show you that baby calf. We did have another cow lose her calf, aborted it. Kind of happens, you know, a month before calving, month and a half before calving. They're usually born dead is why the cow goes into labor, you know, there's something wrong. Dane took off to Kamak again with a big load of tire mats. We kind of did a trailer swap. I'll show you here. So I got the semi in the yard. Dane took what we used to have was the 32-footer hooked onto here. So yesterday, the truck was unhooked. Dane had that 32-footer, but my ball, it was a good thing we took the trailer off because the ball was really loose. Ended up welding the ball down good, welding the nut on there better, and then I put this is actually welded to the ball and to the frame here so the ball can't turn. I think that's the ticket. And then I moved the side racks from that other trailer over to this one. It's not designed for it. I gotta decide what I'm gonna do here at the back. I've owned this trailer since it was brand new. I think it's a 1994. I've had this trailer a long time. It's done, I've really had good luck with it. But now we gotta make a plan what we're gonna do. Debating turning it into an auto dump hay trailer. I've been kind of researching those. I'm up in the air. I'm gonna try to do that myself or buy one of those, but whatever. That's the stage that's at. I got some corn stalks I'm gonna buy from a guy. He might give me a call today. We might go after those. That's why the truck is hooked up, ready to go. Anyways, let's go cruise over and check some cows. So I've been feeding with the bale bed in the morning right away. I'll feed usually 1 bale, 2 bales to each group, 1 to the smaller groups, 2 to that bigger group. Feed them with a pickup, give them all 1 bale or 2, and then get everybody up, get everybody looked at. Then I go get the wagon, start feeding some silage. They're all the way back up here by the road. They're wanting to see me, so that's good. Got a drive-through gate here, kind of. One side's broke, so I gotta hang it up when I'm done for the day. Let's roll these girls out of bale. Since it's dry and kind of half frozen right now, I think I'll go a little ways away. When it's muddy, I just try to sneak in as close to the front of the field as I can and get it rolled out. I'm not out here making a bigger mess than I need to be. We're probably 35 days away from calving now, is about to start. So we're getting close. They're getting a little slower. The cows are getting bigger bellied. They're slowing down. Of course, the weather's nice and keep them full. They do walk around in the afternoons, but typically they're pretty slow right now. I haven't got my try to give this bale a kick down the hill. When it's going backwards, that's why it didn't unroll. Definitely not unrolling at all. Typically I don't do that, but the weather's so nice. Cows are all happy to see me. It is nice to get out once in a while and let them see you on foot so they don't freak out. But as you can see, they're not super hungry, which is good. Weather's nice and I am feeding them full full ration. This last month, right before calving, I kind of want them in, they're not fat, but I want them in pretty good rig, because they're gonna start walking more and more, looking for that little bit of green grass. They're gonna be starting to put on some miles every day. All right, let's go get another bale. I bought some really good alfalfa grass mix from Mike, my neighbor. So I give them 1 bale every other day of that. And then I give the other 2 groups half of a bale every other day of that good hay. And then the days off, they get a bale of grass hay and a bale of CRP hay. I didn't think that was all of them. I still see there's like 50 some cows over there. But anyway, they can go back and forth here, I don't know, a couple quarters. I usually cut the twines on the bales, even this sisal twine. I'll cut it so it's not a big loop of twine. I leave this out in the field because it just deteriorates over not even 1 year. But if you don't get it off, I'll see this one's getting tight. It won't rotate very easily. Oh my gosh. Take this puppy off. Then you don't have to cut it, but it gets packed in there pretty good. If you cut the twine, you don't have to worry about this. It doesn't happen, but you get lazy and forget to cut one, or the outside of the bale usually has more twine. If you don't get it all, then it starts this. This is where you play the clown music for a little bit. So I'll give them about a half of this bale, and then I'll take the other half to that other group of cows. It's pretty rich feed, and then I'm giving them some distillers in the wagon, so they're getting plenty of protein. But these are those cows we got in, you know, a couple, 3 weeks ago. Still like them, for sure. I mean, that one, we had that calf out of that cow that was, you know, she seems off. She still seems off, like she got hurt. And the calf, I think, is early. He's not like a preemie, but he's not super rambunctious for a week-old calf now, or 2-week-old calf, or whatever he is. Watch her walk. Her back end she acts like she's still not happy with something going on. Yeah, I don't know. She's almost like she's humped up in the back a little bit, and I just can't put my finger on it, but she is staying with the herd now, and she's up here getting food and water every day, and the calf seems to be doing all right. So we're good. We'll cruise around these trees, make sure there's nothing out by themselves doing anything. Need another crossing over here on this drainage. These cows acted like they were kind of trapped. I can't get over there with the pickup either, so either that, or yeah, I should put one down here, just a small one. Just a short crossing over here for the cows. Well, I'm not seeing anything. Let's go give this half a bale to the other group of cows. So there's a little tiny 1/4 of an acre of sod over in this corner, and then all that's farm field where we just drove across. So I've been feeding the hay rolling it out on this. This is kind of some crappy grass, wire grass. It's kind of wet typically, but it's dry right now, so this is where I've been feeding the hay. Keep them off that crop ground. Green machine sat out all night because it just got down to like 30 is all. So always wait 4 seconds after the glow plugs. Give you an update on the fall calves that we weaned a couple videos back. They've been doing pretty good. It's getting a little muddy in that pen. They're in a pretty small lot, but they're calming down. They were kind of spooky there for a while, but one day we spent I spent 20 minutes out there just kind of chasing them around and walking them around until they got sick of me. And I mean, they'll still run away, no doubt, but they're getting better. That's just partly the Wagyu. They're goofy that way. See, yeah, they're starting to stop. They're not buying into it to just plow into that corner like they did the first week. But it's getting kind of muddy along the bunk here. I don't feed them what they need. This is just kind of a supplement, just like we did the big group, you know, this winter. That's their feeder, and then they got a good bale of prairie hay. So they really don't need this silage, but I do it just to kind of train them to the tractor and get them up. Another week or two, once we get the cows sorted, we'll probably bring these guys home and combine them with that other group and then run them all through the chute, give them their shots. Another round, that'll be the third round of shots for these guys and the fourth round of shots for those 37 at home, but they'll be ready to go to grass here in a month. Let's go get the old Ferdy out. Hello? Kind of an automatic door. Verticals, they're so slow, it doesn't look like they're doing much, but you give it a minute or two and it all becomes mixed up. And they're like, the feed guy will say the most consistent rations come out of vertical mixers versus the real augers, you know, the real mixers, don't get me wrong, they definitely do a good job and they're getting better all the time. And if you don't do a lot of roughage, the real augers work really well. But a lot more roughage, you're gonna wanna go with a vertical, in my opinion. But we're getting a good mix, you know, now. Every handful has got a little bit of everything we just put in here. And we've only let it mix for, you know, maybe a minute and a half after we stopped filling it. The auger keeps bringing stuff to the top from the bottom, and then the sides keep falling down. You know, I got it at about 2/3 or maybe 60% throttle, you know, because here's way revved up. I never run it more than just so the engine sounds like it's working, but it's not like revved or really laboring. Try to keep it right in the middle. And I think if I ran it faster, it would mix faster. So that big group of cows we fed are over there like a half mile, and now they're coming to us. We're gonna feed up on top of this hill. I mean, they drink anywhere, but the water's 3/4 of a mile that way. So you guys are probably wondering why I don't feed in tires or bunks, but there's a couple reasons. One, typically in the spring it gets muddy and it destroys the area all the time. And as you can see, I have a tool drive tractor. Before we had the green machine, the old Jinxie Cat Merlot, I would load with my front wheel assist, and then I had a tool drive tractor on my feeder wagon, so I couldn't get around. It would work for a while, and then it would start to get where you couldn't get next to the bunks, and then you were having to move the bunks, and you're just plowing an area. So then I try to feed on these clay hills. I can get around with this tractor, even if it's raining or muddy, I can still get up here and get on these hills. Yes, I think I probably waste a little feed, obviously, but it's going onto the soil. I'm spreading it out. I'll feed here for 4 or 5 days. This will get a little too dirty. Then we'll move back over there. We'll start feeding over there for a week in an area. This will dry up and clean up. Then we can move, you know, bounce back and forth. And then we're gonna get them separated. Holy cow, this is a long explanation. You get it. Let's go make some more feed. So far I like them. I mean, they're peas in a pod, that's for sure. They like to move, but they're calming down. Yeah, somebody asked if we custom graze or custom. No, we bought all these. We only have a couple of cows that are share cows that aren't ours. So everything on the ranch is our stuff. These came from West River, South Dakota. Probably saw on the tag the name. I don't know if anybody knows that that ranch or not, but leave it in the comments if you've ever heard of him or know of that guy. Dane actually sold him a cattle mat here. I'm delivering it right now this week, so I don't think you'll get to go out and see it. It sounded like the ranch was kind of a ways off the road, like 30 miles off, 30 miles back to get out to it. So from what I understand, they run a lot of cattle. But anyways, well, we're half done. We got 2 more loads to go. Okay, do you hear that? That means we're 6 tablespoons low on hydraulic fluid. Old Jinxie cat, we gotta go get her a little go-go juice here. When you get this much too low on your hydraulic fluid in your transmission, then that's what happens. Like when we're tipping right now, it's literally right on the verge of beeping. So yeah, I put about 2 cups of hydraulic fluid in it. She quit beeping. You guys didn't know that the old Merlot's got a new nickname. So I named her Jinxie Cat. Do you remember that movie on Meet the Parents? When Jinxie the cat runs away, and then Ben Stiller goes out and he gets that one from the pound and has to paint the tail because it ain't quite right. And then he says when they were all excited to have him back, and then it's like, yeah, Jinxie gave us quite a little scare.
Gave us a little scare, huh?
So every time one of these buzzers goes off, and I don't know what the frick it means, and then I figure it out, I usually say Jinxie gave us quite a little scare, because it's so far we haven't had anything major. It's just a lot of scares, and we get her figured out. We had a little deaf issue and had me baffled for about 3 days, but I did get that figured out. Well, this is the first group we fed, and they ate the feed, and now they want more. Noon. I didn't get started till, I don't know, it was after 8 o'clock. Then I had my business call in there somewhere, so that took some time. But anyway, yeah, it takes the morning to get fed right now. And most people are calving. You know, we're not. We don't calve till the 10th of May. We had that one baby calf, you know, that I showed you from them cows we bought, but I'm just one guy. That's why I don't calve any earlier than I do. We kind of made a pact with ourselves, me and my wife, that we're not gonna hire any help, and I don't want to be feeding and calving at the same time. That was my only rule. The other rule was I didn't want to have a baby calf when there was snow, and typically we have snow until about May on normal years. So if I put those 2 rules in effect, then that's why I calve in May. And the third reason, and it didn't really pertain so much this year in the market, but typically a 600 pounder in April will bring the same dollars per head as an 800 pounder. And that's been kind of the way it's been for a lot of years. And that's why I can't understand why you would want to calve any earlier and then, well, whatever. It's to each their own. We all need to calve at a different time, let's put it that way. We calve May 10th, and like it. Well, it's after dinner here. You haven't missed anything. I've been sitting here looking at this trailer for 2 hours, trying to decide how and if and what I want to do. Like I said in the beginning of the video, Dane took that bigger trailer And then this is a 24-foot that I had originally bought brand new. And I've been looking at these automatic dumping trailers where the sides drop down. Middle of the trailer has like a V, so the bale's kind of set in. The whole cradle doesn't tip on these. This V gets the bales to start rolling, and then these sides hydraulically drop down, and then the bales will roll off. And you can put a row on each side and then a row on the top, and you can let one side down, and then the top ones will fall down and hit that ramp, and they'll come down as well. New trailers are like everything, they're expensive, and I'm thinking I can build something on here. I don't want to alter the use of the trailer itself. I want to still be able to use the flatbed trailer when I want to use it. I don't think I'll be able to use it in combination back and forth. I'm going to have to alter it and have it in a way that I could take stuff off and then put it back on, you know, to use it for hay, or take it off to haul a piece of equipment or whatever. So that's where I'm at. One trick is I take cardboard and I'll cut out little templates of things, or the angles and stuff, how I think it might work, and I can keep changing it with a tin snips and a piece of cardboard to get an idea in my head. All I'm going to be doing is thinking right now. So it's a scary thought, folks. It's a scary thought. Anyway, we got a youth group lock-in this afternoon, late this afternoon, evening. We're not going to stay overnight, but we're going to go into the church, me and my wife, and for sure. I think they're high school kids. But anyway, that's what's going to be going on. So I'm going to keep thinking. We'll keep you posted how this project comes along. The ramps are definitely going to have to get rebuilt and fixed up, so we'll be doing that. I got to get some iron, get my brain working, and we'll get after this here shortly. But when I say shortly, it's going to be this year, so don't hold your breath. All right, thanks for tuning in. Sparky, you going to give him the peace out? Come here. Good girl. Yes, a good girl. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.